Tyree Cooper, Rootz in Chicago podcast with yet another interesting young man. I'm gonna let him introduce himself because I have questions for him as well. So please, kind sir, introduce yourself.
It's another one, right?
It's another exactly,
one. It's what we're doing.
And that DJ Khaled voice.
Right, exactly. I am Corey Live, and grew up on the East Coast and moved out to California, so I'm currently based in LA.
Okay.
Well, that's where the mail goes, but I'm hardly ever there. I'm at the nearest airport. You know the drill. You know what I mean? We live in hotels, so we get on planes.
Yes, hotels and planes. Planes is the bed. Hotels is where you stay for a half hour.
Right, exactly. It's a series. My life is a series of naps. That's what happens.
Right, exactly.
When you start to get successful, your life becomes a series of naps, but that's a good thing.
Very. So, explain to the audience what it is that you do and what entails that, and how can we be down? I mean, if you can answer all three, be fine. One is fine, or
I think what's interesting is I have a really unorthodox story, right? It wasn't like I've always loved music since I was a kid. I loved music. I watched Michael on Motown and I was done. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I watched him on the Anniversary. I was like, this guy's captivating the world with one move. I need to find a way. But music was always a heartbeat for me.
Okay.
Everything I did, it was with music. Even when I played sports, music got me hyped. Like whatever.
What sports did you play? Football?
I played football. I played baseball. Yeah.
Okay.
So we had to do it, and so music was always a thing for me. But I always loved to talk.
Okay.
Talking was a big thing for
me.
So for me, I ended up going to school for acting and became an MC before anything. Started doing that.
MC?
Yes.
Master of church, a master of competence,
yes.
A master of ceremonies.
Yes, the master of all things, trying to do it all,
exactly.
Right? And so I started that way, but because I've always loved music, I always figured there's got to be a way to bring music into what I do as an MC, right? So I would always do that, and then I ended up getting hired in LA as a warm-up for every live TV show. So any live TV show with the studio audience, they needed someone to hype the audience.
Nice.
So they brought me in, but I didn't just come in as a stand-up. I came in as someone who loves music. As a DJ in disguise, I was a DJ ninja. So I came in and I said, hey, what if I plug my decks in and we mix while the crowd's coming in? A totally different element, something that they weren't used to in that arena.
I was about to say, especially like in Hollywood, it's only, no, you're doing this, and that's it.
Correct.
We have somebody else to do this. No, I can do that. No, you want to keep this job, son? Do this.
You stay in your lane.
Exactly. So how were you able to convince them? Otherwise,
I made the lane fit me, right? So like they put me in the lane, but I kind of just tested the waters a little bit here and there. I didn't go all in. Because, like you said, Hollywood gets a little bit touchy.
They're sensitive. They're very sensitive.
Very sensitive out there.
They don't act like they are, but they're very sensitive.
That's
about
right.
things.
That's true. And so slowly but surely, I started to just weed in a little more music, and then eventually it got to the point where I was running around the house, controlling my music wirelessly, talking to someone from Chicago, saying, "What do you want to hear?" Boom, dialing it up and playing it.
Wow!
So I was running around, getting to know people. That way, when the show hit, they were already fired up, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I started, and which again, a very unorthodox way. And I think one of the keys is there's no one formula that works for everybody, and I think that's
true.
The key, right?
That is the key.
Because I'm sure your story is
it's slightly different than yours, but it's still the same thing. I didn't go down one way; I went down multiple ways until I got to the point where I need to get to.
Exactly.
And
you're still not there, right? Because there is no finish line. We talked about Nike.
Yes,
there is no finish line.
That's right.
I think everyone's got a story, so everyone can be unique. And I always say, don't try to copy and duplicate, because people aren't looking for a duplicate. They're looking for originality.
That's right.
So how can I take some of what Tyree's doing, but add a little bit of Corey's special sauce to it, right?
Right.
And I mean, everything we do, we've borrowed and taken and stolen, like we've gotten it from people, and then that's the inspiration that pushed us, right? So you should be looking up to people. You should be wanting to hit a plateau even higher than what you're looking up to. So that happened, and then to get me to the corporate world, well, these shows like Idol and Dancing with the Stars, they're sponsored by Ford and AT&T, Coca-Cola. So a lot of those folks end up being in the audience, and they sit there and say, well, we do an annual meeting where we kind of reward our employees with a trip to the Bahamas, with a trip to Vegas, with a trip to the Dominican Republic. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a hype guy that could do something with the And so they dialed me
Oh,
up.
wow. You did create a lane for yourself.
That was it. Yeah. And that was it. And so from that point on, and then eventually what happened is I started getting called for so much corporate that I had to walk away from warm-up. So now I don't even do warm-up, and I did it for 15 years, but I don't even do that anymore because now I'm a brand hype man.
Okay.
I'm a brand hype man. You know what I mean? If Buffalo Wild Wings calls me, I'm dipping into some Asian zing.
Right.
Like, let's go. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah, exactly.
I'm on the clock with Dunkin', then you know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm doing a mango dragon fruit.
It's time to make them donuts.
We're doing it. You know what I
mango
mean?
dragon fruit right here.
You know what I mean? I'll run on Dunkin' if we need to. You know what I mean? So I just become a brand ambassador and hype that brand. And then,
Nice.
as we do the general session. So again, totally unconventional. What people wouldn't think of a DJ. And a lot of times people open doors at a meeting and walk in and they're like, we're at a club right now. It's 8 a.m. on a Tuesday.
So
But-
have you ever DJ'd in the traditional way, like a
No,
club?
I've never done like residencies.
Right.
I've done weddings, I've done bar mitzvahs, I've done that circuit, but it kind of I kind of leapfrogged the working at a bar or a restaurant or having a residency at a club, and it just kind of leapfrogged for me right into the corporate arena. And so
nice.
like that's the thing. It's really no lanes are the same, and you're as unique as your fingerprint. So make yourself unique. And we talk about it, become invaluable. Because all of a sudden you put your stamp on it. Like, what is the one thing you do? You know what I mean? Hey, listen, maybe while you're spinning, you get up on the deck and spin on your head. Like, you know what I mean? What's that little thing that, like, I remember doing a speakeasy, this dude got up on a piano, started tap dancing. I'm like, do you, bro?
I do that too, but they got
right
pay
now,
me.
go for it, right here.
No, they
You
got
can do-
no, they got to pay me enough to do it.
Exactly.
To get up and
It's a bump.
not DJ.
It's a bump.
It's a bump.
It's a bump and pay.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So again, I think when you talk about the roots, that tree of DJing, it's massive. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the deeper the roots, the bigger the branches are going to stretch.
Facts.
And you've got the branch of a club DJ. You've got a DJ who's on air on a radio station. Then you've got a corporate DJ. You've got the wedding DJ. They're all vital parts of that tree. So I think no two lanes are the same. And like I had to do, you make that lane work for you.
So this my next to last question. Any young guy that's watching us now, what the 2-step advice or 3-step maybe, but the 2-step advice you can give them right now? They just get into it last week and they have all this untapped energy. I want, but they don't know which direction because everything right now is anywhere.
Right.
What will be your 2-step advice you can give them?
Yeah, I'll give you 3 things. Okay. And this is what I talk about. I talk about you got to find your noise first. So you got to find that noise. What does your noise sound like? Because every one of us, like I said, it's a fingerprint. You have a noise inside of you. What does it sound like? And maybe that noise is, I really love hip hop. Okay. If you really love hip hop, then really love hip hop. Dive into it and go deep. You know what I mean? Don't just stay where hip hop is today or let's go to where hip hop came from.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Let's find it. And that's my wheelhouse. I mean, I love old school. I love 90s R&B. I love but go to the roots of it. Find out where that came from. So first you got to find that noise. So start digging right now. What makes me feel good? What makes me vibe? That's that. Secondly, you got to own your noise. Once you find it, you have to become that noise. You have to say, okay,
that's true.
This is my noise. But if you don't believe in it wholeheartedly, you're going to be like, just dipping your toes in the water.
Yeah, exactly. It's just dust.
And companies are not looking for just a resume or a bio. They want confidence, right? They want confidence that you're going to step out there and say, listen, this group that's coming in here, they're young salespeople. They love hip hop. Well, guess what? This is your guy because he loves hip hop. And check out what he's done. He's owned it in a way that you've never seen it. And then the last thing I would say is amplify your noise. Okay. Whatever you've done to own it, take it to the next level. Whatever that means. We're talking about people who cut roofs off of cars because they want to play on a sidewalk somewhere. They want to throw a piece of linoleum on because they want b-boys to come out and dance. Okay. Own and amplify that noise. Take it to the next level. Where has it not gone yet? You know what I mean? And explore those uncharted waters, because if you fail 99% of the time, that 1% is going to be the payoff.
That's right.
And that's it.
And it pays off big.
Right?
Brother Corey.
Big T.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man. God bless you, man.
Thank you. Same to you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate what you're doing for the kids. And listen, just it's a hustle. We know this. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And we're
Facts.
speaking. We got wisdom. I call this wisdom when it starts to grow a little gray. We got wisdom showing up. So trust us that it's a hustle. We're still hustling. You know, we out here doing podcasts.
Right.
We're doing a session.
Forever.
The hustle is real, but keep
Yes.
hustling because
Yes.
you know who doesn't make it? Are the people who stop hustling.
Yep.
So keep hustling.
Yep. Thank you, Corbin. Peace.
Dude, that was fun.
Thank
that
you.
was so
I'm glad
fun,
you-
man. That
I'm
was
glad
so
you enjoyed
fun.
it, man. Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Pleasure, dude. Yeah.
Did you leave all the information from my little brother?
I'll get him his-
that-
yeah.
You leave like one of the things if kids want to know how to get into corporate.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking, sorry, we're like husband-wife team, and I pretty much manage Corey.
That's
But
fine.
like, you didn't even say.
She runs my life.
He has like the thing about him that is cool is that like he is open for Bruno, for Pitbull, like he has open for every artist. And through corporate,
your number?
Oh, yeah,
DJ,
818
And then when he did
822
his warm up, it was for
78
American Idol Dance with the
59.
Stars. Thing he danced for 15
Nice.
years. He created something that was like original.
That's what I'm saying. That nobody has done.
Yeah,
Timing
it's
is
really
always
cool.
off.
know,
It always happens like
You saw that, right?
I know.
It's
I was
finding
just-
event planners in case
I literally
someone
went through-
asks you.
Yep.
It's finding
And it's
event planners in
CORY,
the area, you
and
know,
then
and
LIVE.
sending your
Okay,
stuff.
cool.
Your kids are asking.
And then that's
Like,
all my-
sending
all my
your-
channels.
Sending
We'll
your
tag you
reels, sending your
eventually.
promo. Make sure you have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
promo.
Dude, I'd
That's
love
what
to
you guys
support
tell
you.
them.
Okay,
Have
thank
a
you.
video,
Thank
great
you. Yeah, for
photos,
sure. Yeah.
all
We're
that
staying in
stuff.
touch, dude. If
Because
you
the
come
corporate
into
industry,
Chicago on a gig and
it's
we're
great
gonna
money.
roll
You're
up, I'd
traveling
love
the
to.
world.
So we-
you know what I
so
mean?
let me just show you
What
real
would be
quick.
dope is
But the
doing a
hardest
gig
part is
and
breaking
saying, hey, what do you guys,
into
if
it.
some
But
kids are really into it,
I
come
think
check out what
it's
rehearsal
like
looks like. Come
it
check
starts with like kind of what Corey was saying in the sense of like it's always a crapshoot. Like I started as a singer. I actually was a radio DJ with DJ Henri in LA after Rick D's in the morning. Isn't that crazy? But I
Oh,
was a
not
singer.
Disco Duck, Big D's.
Yes, but so crazy that
thanks for
I
coming up with that.
also
I appreciate
never
it.
wanted to be a DJ. I was a singer,
Mm-hmm.
and then the girl that I did Pilates with is like, "Oh, I do Pilates for the owner of MS Communications." This is that's what sometimes it's just God.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's just
Most of the
happenstance.
time. It is-
It's
and-
happenstance. You there?
Right.
But if you have your skills down, she was like, "You got to meet this girl. She'll be great." I'm just a singer with this personality. So somehow I became the afternoon DJ with no experience ever on a radio show.
But that's what makes it though,
That's
because
what's cool because you had your skill set already
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
You were already ready for like someone to find you. But
Exactly.
it is the hardest part is telling how do you get in
to get
corporate.
in,
I know
that's the hardest
It's
part.
always tricky.
Yeah, it is.
But it is finding event planners, finding producers.
Yeah.
Was there a thing in Chicago? I'm gonna ask our gal.
Okay.
Who's from Chicago? If
Okay.
can you go to a website that's like event
Well,
planners?
she talks about their site. There's a few different. There are a bunch of those.
2
kind of-
o'clock, maybe you guys sit in our session. 'cause
What,
we're-
you here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're at 2 o'clock, and so Nicole and Mark are talking. They're event producers that have taken us all over the world. We're just a little side bump.
They've
of
hired
help
us for all these gigs.
for
They're
everything.
the ones that hire us.
And
it's
so
their
they're going to
job.
kind of talk about what they expect, how you get
You guys
into
from
them.
Chicago or?
We're from LA.
Oh, you're from LA. Okay.
But
all right.
so they're going to talk about that, and then we're
Yeah,
going to
I love
talk about the
Chicago. I love
talent
whenever I get a
side,
chance
of
to
like
come out
things
here
that we
with
do in this industry.
Because my application is event planner.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I've been. That's what I did in Germany the entire time.
Oh my God, that's so awesome! So
Yeah.
you already know, you already get it.
Yeah.
But so they have grown their company to be doing just
Can you just show me
huge
that camera?
creative